Hello, I am Alexandra Loves, and I am here to give you an invitation, and that is to join me and all of the sisters and brothers in this second course of the Spiritual Foundations Library, and that is the Antiracism Journey, a course for those who are ready. Now, for those of you who are new to the Spiritual Foundations Library, all the courses in the Spiritual Foundations Library are meant to give you the foundational practices, teachings, and skills to live a life that is spirit-led, to live out and manifest your passions and your purposes, to heal yourselves, to get your divine rights, to receive your wisdom and apply them to your spiritual journey, which is being human on this earth. So welcome to the Spiritual Foundations Library, and welcome to this journey, this course, this anti-racism journey for those who are ready. This is an extension of a program of mine called the Black Mentor for white people who are ready. You know, something I noticed in the work I've been doing within that program, within spiritual studies and guidance, and also receiving my own guidance, what I've noticed in the social media world, and also just the communities and groups that I'm in, just all over, is that we are ready to create a better world. It is so obvious that we are ready to be able to be free of the systems that manipulate us. We are ready to be able to express ourselves and create upon our expressions, to bring our wisdom into the world, to be of service, to live well, to create ourselves to live well, but also to be at a service to those who maybe don't have the same opportunities and the same resources. If you're here, if you're following me, if you've made it to this page, you are someone who wants to make the world a better place, for lack. I know it sounds a little cliche, but I know it's true. That's why you're here. And so I noticed this going on. I noticed this uprising. And what this uprising challenges is a system that does benefit from us being small. It challenges a system that benefits from being under control, not thinking for ourselves, not connected to our own spirit, working with our spirits, working with our ancestors, whatever that is in your own traditions. And most importantly, when we start thinking about unity, when we start thinking about ending racism, when we start thinking about being free and creating from what's within us and having spirit-led lives, that is a direct challenge to a system that likes to pit us against each other, that likes us to be divided, that likes us to fight with each other. Now, when I teach, I always teach from the perspective of consulting prophecy, consulting the spiritual record of all that is, from reading the energies of those around me, from seeing the waves of what's happening within our humanity through this huge human experience, this spiritual experience that we're all having together. And what is very clear is that right now we're going through a spiritual war. Especially in the United States, it's also manifesting as a psychological war. And to me, when I pay attention to the laws of nature, to me that means that most of us, in this human experience, we're warriors. If you're watching this, if you found me, you are most likely a warrior, if not also a guide and a teacher, a healer, some sort of light shadow worker. So some of you here are just now unplugging and just saying right now, like, oh, I want to be a part of this. I want to be a part of changing this world. I have something to say, but I don't know how to do it. Some of you have been in positions where you've gone and said things, you've engaged in conversations, and you're getting pushback from those who look like you and from those who don't look like you. That's what some of you are experiencing right now. Some of you have been on this freedom fight for many, many years and are maybe trying to reignite what's going on for you, or step up your learning or finding a different perspective. All of you are welcome. All of you are welcome. We need all hands on deck. Look, in this course, in this journey we are going to take together, you're not going to find any shame or guilt, no harsh judgment because of wherever it is that you are. As a matter of fact, I don't practice shame, guilt, or harsh judgment in any of my anti-racist work or any of my spiritual work. I don't want to ignite that in you. I don't want to inject it into this new world that we are creating together. So welcome to this battleground that is race and anti-racism. You know, some people ask me why, especially because we're talking about this from a spiritual level, why anti-racism? Why push against, why try to fight what is already there? Why not create unity? Why not create more of a grounded feeling of we are all one? Why not create equity for all? And I always give this analogy. Why anti-racism? Why am I saying that as a spiritual woman, looking at this from the spiritual perspective? This is the analogy. If I get bit by a snake and I feel the venom starting to move through me, I'm starting to get numb. My system is starting to shut down. I can feel how my joints are starting to swell. My tongue and my throat are swelling. I can't get as much access to air in my airways. My foot where I got bit is starting to turn purple. I feel that there's now infection following the venom up into my body. I'm sweating. I'm running to the medicine woman's house and I'm saying, oh my gosh, I'm about to die. It's getting hard to breathe. I am drenched in sweat. And the medicine woman opens her door. She invites me in and she has some options. One of her options is to sit me down and say, hey, let me talk to you about how to recognize a rattlesnake. Let me educate you on this thing that bit you. Let me give you some advice on how to wear longer pants and better shoes in this terrain where there are poisonous snakes. She could also do something like try to educate me on how to transcend my body and how I can transcend my body and heal myself of the venom. In the meantime, all of my system is shutting down. I'm on the brink. I'm about to die. There's another option. She could give me anti-venom. And I don't know about you, but that is what I would want in that moment, is anti-venom. So for those of you who are confused and a little, you feel that sort of like, why are we doing anti-racism instead of, going in this other direction? That's why we're feeling this battle of race and why it's so hot and there's so much conflict and divisiveness around it. That's part of why, is that right now we're getting to the peak. We're getting to the brink. Too many people are dying. Slowly or quickly. Too many lynchings are happening. They never should have been happening at all, but now we can see them all happening in real time. A group of people, and it's not just Black people, right? There are people of color, indigenous people. Right now, we are at a point where we're saying enough. And it's not just us. If you're watching this video, you are too. You're saying enough. Now is the time. The reason this course is named Antiracism, this is the reason I do anti-racism work, is because I'm responding to an immediate need. This is what needs to be done now. My goal with you is to help you commit to life, to creating anti-racist culture. So welcome, welcome, welcome again. Why is it important for us to look at this from a spiritual perspective? So, look, the way we go through this journey in this course, the way that the philosophies that you'll understand in this course will always support what you're learning in other ways. You should always continue your education when it comes to race and understanding the history of this country and sensitivity training and understanding equity and all of that. What I noticed is that when people can anchor this into their spirit, can understand how the history affects the legacies that have been passed on to them living in the world at this time right now, when people can understand the things that they could never even see before and anchor it into who they really are. And also, I'm going to be really real with you. You're not going to get bullshit with me. Self-interest is important. It doesn't matter what kind of freedom fighter you are. Self-interest is always going to be there. As a matter of fact, racism was created upon self-interest. It's the way that humans are. So when you can get clear on who you are in your spirit, and why you were born here at this time and are interested in creating anti-racism and can connect in with your self-interest in being a part of anti-racism and also what you want to create in this world, when you can anchor all those things together and connect and look at it in a spiritual way, then you will naturally, without really even trying, commit to a lifetime of creating anti-racist culture. It will just be something that you do. It will be something that you can navigate, and navigating through this world of racism, anti-racism, especially online, sometimes especially in our families, in the world around us, navigating through this thing can make anybody want to stop. When you can understand your spirit and be looking at all this from that perspective, then you can navigate this confidently and with esteem. And yeah, you're going to make mistakes. We all make mistakes. It doesn't matter what you look like. We're all going to make mistakes. But you'll be able to bounce back from those mistakes. You'll be able to understand why those mistakes were made. You won't have to spend a whole bunch of time and guilt and shame, which, believe me, I know this is counterintuitive, but the shame and the guilt are not helping. They're not helping you. They're not helping the people you want to help. So we're going to look at that too in this course. I do want to remind you that when you come into this journey, into this course, that you do need to be brave. And this course is set up for you to be able to go through all your feelings. You might know by now, or maybe you're learning, that it is not the responsibility of other people, especially people of color, to hold your feelings or to help you process your feelings. But that does not mean that you shouldn't process your feelings. That doesn't mean that you shouldn't feel it all. As a matter of fact, I'm telling you right now, you need to feel it all. All the uglies, all the things that make you want to ugly cry, all the things that are scary to you. You have to feel it all. It's coming up. We're in that time right now. You have to be brave to live in this world right now. The veil is being pulled back. Everything is being seen. All the most amazing things in this world, all the connection, all the love, and also all the fear and all of the hidden histories, whether it be the histories of our culture or the histories within us. It's all coming to the surface. It's very dense. It's seemingly chaotic. You have to feel everything. This course is designed, this journey we're going to go on is designed for you to be able to do that on your own time and knowing how to process that and supporting that journey so that when you go out there and you're interacting in groups and communities with your family, you can be the warrior that you are. You can be the guide and the teacher that you are. You must be brave. But it's also okay to bring all of you with you in this course. Again, we're not doing guilt and shame and judgment. That's not how I roll. So I look forward to joining you in this journey of creating anti-racism culture together.